So I go into Wawa. Mind you that I pay attention to my surroundings because I always know what's lying around the corner. I always know what's lurking around the corner. It's not a problem I have. It's an observation. Because I've heard from different sources, when you are surveilled and you have a target on your back, because from Satan is targeting you. Wherever you go, it's all about harassment. Now, Satan might say this is good for you. Because it's a way to purify any of your, any defaults or any, that's not the word, any impurities. If nothing is pure, like anger, if you have anger towards it, it's going to keep happening. Well, it's going to keep happening regardless until Satan's time is actually up and the harassment stops. But before that, because that's all that we know is this world and what's in it and what we've been through and what we've been told, and it just seems like it's been pure evil since the beginning of whenever creation started. No end in sight of evil. It's only their imaginations are evil continually. We're at that time. So just an example, an easy, simple example. I go into Wawa. I'm walking down the main lane to go to get a milk. And then I would have to make a right and go like 4 lanes over to the milk on the left side. So as I'm walking down the candy aisle, which is the first aisle, I sense, someone who has the app, and they're told to hurry up and run. Like basically, he almost ran to the refrigerators, and then opened up the refrigerators. Now I stopped as soon as I seen. I just stopped and just waited and stood still right there, just staring at the candy aisle. And as my discernment kicks in and my predictability, my predictive programming, I see that this fella has the door open. So if I made the right, I would be stopped because he's opened up the door and took an unusual a long amount of time, and I don't even think he grabbed anything. I didn't see him with anything in his hand initially. And then when he was done, then I just moved. So I stopped way before he was even in my way. Just a little example of what pure ignorance is. Pure ignorance. Well, let's look at it like this. Because is it good or is it evil? Because what comes out of it is good. Let's see, this guy's... Yeah, there's nobody in front of him. So this would be driving unusually slow when there's nobody in front of him. Yep. So the guy is taking his sweet old time to look for a drink in the refrigerator. And Satan will say, well, You just need to be patient, because that's what I'm trying to teach you, is patience. Patience, patience, patience. I didn't know Satan was such a teacher and he cared so much about you being patient. I feel like it's more like I'm being ignorant and I'm purposely gonna poke you. So let's say a lion is just laying down, minding his own business, and someone comes up and starts poking him with a stick. Well, when that lion gets up and eats that person because that person was poking him with a stick, what are you going to do? Blame the lion for devouring you? Are the people at the zoo going to blame the zookeepers or the idiot poking the lion? And then when that lion eats the person and has him for dinner, well, I mean, yeah, thanks, Satan, for putting into the head of that dummy to poke me because I was hungry. And so thanks for the food. But I would have preferred not to even have to eat the person, because if you weren't poking me, I would have just been minding my own business and wouldn't have devoured you. So basically that's what's happening with Satan. Satan likes to poke people, lions, and then he gets devoured by it, crushed, head stomped, and gets to rest for the next 1,000 years at least. But is that by design? Did you plan on doing that? Is that something that you thought, well, nobody's ever going to stomp my head, and Jesus isn't even real? The Christ spirit won't rise up into people, because ultimately, Satan, you're just a spirit. You may be working through the top people on the planet. I mean, you used to be. You used to have absolute 100% control over the top tier, like the 12 apostles, the ones that have the most influence in this world here. You used to have absolute control of them. Now you don't, because you went poking lions too much. So is it good or is it bad? Is it good or evil to gang stalk? For you, you're pure evil, because you don't actually care for people to learn patience, to be able to love your enemies. You don't care, the ones doing it, because all you care about is the extra perks and the money. Satan, on the other hand, oh, cool, I get to go around them. Satan, on the other hand, thank you, sir, has a job to do, and he knows his job is to work for God, because God doesn't even do anything. He just sits back and tells Satan to do it all the work, because God doesn't have to do anything. God reveals the hidden secrets, and that's it. And then the movement of God is the spirit that works through his children. And as soon as you know the truth, you don't fear Satan, you win. You're already winning. In this world, doesn't seem like it, because you'll always be gang stalked until the very bitter end. But God just reveals secrets and lets Satan do all the work. You don't see God getting up behind a tube trying to defend all of the fake stories. Satan's the one that creates all these fake stories. He uses AI. Satan is AI. Satan is AI. Precise. Impeccable timing. unbelievable I mean, I'm still blown away by the whole thing. I really can't wait for the series to come out. I was a gang stalker, or I am a gang stalker, or gang stalking in America, because I want to see how detailed they are around me. How much action goes on just when I'm driving around and walking around and going to work, and how the app, what it says, what it tells you to do at what point in time, how many times a day. Does it remind you of things, or does it just tell you exactly what you're supposed to do? If you're at work, how many times you have to get in my way? As much as possible. Does it tell you that? Does it say specific things like run back and forth in front of him just to get his attention? So my point is this: is it good or is it evil, gang stalking? Because the end result for me is I've defeated it. I've taken what Satan has thrown at me from every angle and dealt with it. And no matter what you expect during the day, nothing alters my emotions or my direction. Of course, well, in a negative way. If I see something coming, so the guy at the store, I would either have had to stop where I did because, or just, it's like, I have three options. I can either stop ahead of time before I have to stop in front of him. So there's the two options. Or I just stop, turn around, go around the other way, which is more of a detour, which would mean I am being altered in my direction, dictated where I want to go. I have four options. Or I could just keep walking and just knock right into him out of my way. So there's four options. Would it be evil if I did that? Because after all, the guy is purposely being ignorant, stopping my way. So as I'm walking and he's purposely standing in my way, opening up the door, should I just keep walking and knock into him and say, "Oh, excuse me"? No, because that would be rude. That would be using evil for evil. Two wrongs don't make a right. So that option is X'd out. The other option to go around, that's kind of X'd out too, because I'm going back, turning back, going out of my way, which means I'm still impatient, so because I'm taking another route. The other two options are I go and I get cut off, because that's exactly what the app wants them to do, is cut me off at the point of crossing over. I like the option that I did. It's the best option you can do. As soon as you see it ahead of time, you know you're going to be stalled one way or another. So just stop right there and wait. That way he didn't actually cut you off. He didn't actually get his little thrill, because it didn't truly work, because it was cut short. And then have patience and wait. Just one example. Now, is that ignorant to purposely hold somebody up like yesterday? Just don't have just an ambulance down at the end of my block, or a fire truck. Have like 3 fire trucks and 7 ambulances, and don't just have them on one side of the road. Make sure they're completely blocking the entire street. But that could have just been something random that happened to happen right as I wake up, driving down the same exact street that I drive every morning to go to work. Does that irritate me? Not at all. Is it power that I have that I really didn't ask for, I don't even want it, yeah, that's what it is. That's power that I have that I'm not even asking for and don't even want. It's the attention that I don't believe I was looking for that kind of attention. But maybe Satan said, yeah, you were, because you opened your mouth and revealed who I am. So you get what you deserve. I know it's called retirement soon, within the next few years, I'm sure. By the time I'm 50 at least. I think I got to put in 7 years. I don't know. I don't know the damn timing. But I didn't know when I was getting out of jail, when I was in jail either. For the whole entire year and a half. There was no, hey, here's the date. Just like now, like, hey, Robin, look, the Great Tribulation is over at this date, and then you're set free. So just, can you imagine if one of you guys would just literally tell me that? Why aren't you allowed to just say it? The exact day, the exact year, date, and everything. When is it over? So I didn't know until I got out that day, which kind of sucked because, yeah, you don't know the day you're leaving. You don't know the day it's over. Let's say you're walking into Wawa or any store and somebody holds the door open for you. Sometimes there's another door that opens up. Sometimes there's double doors. So if a person opens up a door for you, is that a kind, good thing to do, or is that a nasty, evil thing to do? Obviously, it's a kind thing to do. Now, when the next door is in front of you, and the person before you opened up the door, but you don't open the door for him, you just open it up and walk straight through. Well, is that good? Is that a good thing to do? Or is it an evil thing to do? Well, I'd say neither. It's not that it's good that you're not opening up the door for a person. Technically you are. You're going to hold the door, but you're walking through it first. So it's kind of selfish, but it's not evil. It's not evil. It's just you're a little selfish, and you're not really considerate that the person opened the first door for you to let you walk through. The thing is, you open it, one hand washes the other. This person opens up the door for you. You humbly open up the door for that person. That, pride actually does get in the way of that. I've even done it too, because it's like, all right, I feel obligated. I didn't ask you to open the door for me, but so I'll leave the door open for you. I'm just not gonna open it so you can walk through it first. But when you learn to get those impurities burned out of you, you are a better person because of it. Now, is that Satan's intention, or does he just enjoy the job that God gave him? I don't know if he has good intentions for you at all. Matter of fact, he'd rather you just kill yourself and go to hell. That way he can torment your soul down there. Because we're in a battle of heaven and hell, and we're in the middle. This is purgatory, isn't it? Hell's below us in another realm. Heaven is above us in that realm. And we're here in human flesh form. While I believe it's the reptilians are below us, and which is from the earth. The reptilians, the scorpions, the locusts. They have a reptilian type of a body. And the fallen angels are from above us. The fallen angel aliens. Because when you die here on Earth, the aliens are the ones that, whether your eyeballs and your brain gets plucked out and put into a clone body, which is AI, because AI, it's artificial intelligence. It was created in artificial state, and those bodies just may have mechanical workings to them. Therefore, you've already died. You became an angel with your eyes, your all-seeing eye, put inside of another body, and then you came back down here to live among us. So that, to me, that's what the fallen angel alien technology is. It's people that walk this earth, died, was transported to heaven with their eyes attached to their brain after the autopsy is done. Every body is it happens to everybody. Everybody on earth. And so you live again back on earth. You're just in a different body, a different form. And then the reptilians are the ones that they're below us, and they're in the lizard form. And then we're the earthlings here in this Vesica Pisces, the center point of the football in the center, the birthing, the womb. This is the womb. Just like YouTube is a place of birth. It's an app. It's crazy. You take a bite out of the app. So when someone holds the door open for you, that's a good thing, right? It's a kind thing to do. So let's say you're going to the door and somebody sees you, like the guy at work the one day as I'm walking right behind him, and he slams the door shut in my face. Is that ignorant? Is it good or is it evil? Well, it's damn sure ain't good. So there's no good in that whatsoever. The only question is, was it done on purpose? Or was it done ignorantly because you see somebody, so that's the thing, he's seen me directly, I was walking behind him. Is it ignorant? Well, it would be if you decided to shut the door, but you weren't thinking about doing it on purpose. I can understand that part. But because it's pure evil and ignorant, and you're slamming the door shut in someone's face, because that guy did that to me at work that day, it's like he poked the lion. And then what I did was I devoured him with his own tactics. So as he was upstairs, because I said to him, as I walked back in, opened the door, I said, "Thanks." He's like, "Oh," he laughed, and, "Oh, sorry. I didn't know you're not. You did it on purpose." And he just looked stupid. And then after that, I said, "Okay, all right, gang stalker, I got you." I told this story before, but it's a damn good one. So I waited until he went upstairs, and he came back down after like 15 minutes or so. So I set the traps. I put the trash can down at the bottom of the stairs. That way he just has to go around it. And not only that, the same door that he slammed shut, I locked it. So when he goes out, he had to unlock the door unexpectedly. You know, like you open up the door thinking it's going to open, and your hand slides off the knob, like, what the hell? And then you got to unlock it. Well, that's what happened. And then, not only that, I set another trash can right out front of the door when you open it. So you got to move around that too. And then because my truck was in the driveway, right where the garage is, and he had to walk directly by it, I set the panic button off That way it went off for like 5 panic sounds. And that wasn't enough, because when he went to get something out of his van that was right in front of my truck, once he walked back, I set the alarm. Just one last chirp. So basically what I did was I severely gang stalked him. But I didn't actually stalk him. I just put the mirror in his face. That's like what happened when that dumbass was poking the lion and he got eaten by him. That's what it is. You get devoured by looking in the mirror. And it felt good to do that. You know why? Because I didn't use evil for evil. I used his evil to turn the mirror on him, to convict him in his heart about his sin. Because I don't go around looking to do that to people. Gang stalkers go around searching and looking to seek who they can devour, to see who they can upset, to see who they can piss off. That's pure evil, right? Of course it is. But that's what Satan's job is. And Satan loves his job. I don't think he particularly cares about you at all to purify you. But he's like, you want me to torment your people, God? All right. Yeah, I mean, I don't give a shit what they do, but you're giving me authority to torment my people. Okay. I mean, your people. Well, in the end, they become God's people. Just like, the house of Israel and the lost sheep. But if you do open up someone's door, it's definitely a good thing. It sends it's just a good energy. It sends a good vibe. You feel good for that second that you did something for somebody. Gang stalkers, they feel good when they interrupt you, when they get a perfect, just in your face, block you, cut you off, stop you. They get a chuckle out of it because they love evil. I don't think this has ever happened before. I've never been a part of it, but since I've been born, this world has been evil. There's been ignorance in it from the beginning. And I think this is the only time that it's going to go away for good. I really do. Like in my lifetime, on YouTube, my time on YouTube, I believe it's going to change. I just happen to show up at the right time. Maybe a year before they picked their Jesus, I think it was. Because I didn't even know that there was this. I had no idea any of this was going on. Oh, and Jamie the Wabbit. Oh my goodness. Jacob Israel. I'll tell you. that Wabbit. Oh my goodness. I've even said it. That is the most disgusting, sickening spirit I've ever come across in my entire life. Worse than my kid's mom's spirit. Like, talk about an antagonist creep. I forgive you. Because you know what? You have to get that side out of you by pushing the limit towards the person that you cannot stand. I had no idea that was you. Your nickname was Jamie when you were younger, huh? Jamie the Wabbit. Wow. Andrew. Oh, he knew who you were. Straight from the gate. You see, I had the lower tier Satanist come at me in my direction with the smaller channels. But yet you guys with the bigger channels are the ones that, like Skip, he knew all about sending all that fan mail in my direction, didn't you? It's like you guys were a part of it from the beginning. The highest YouTube channels, Richie from Boston acting like, not a Robin, not a Robin, but never saying it directly. But that's what it is. The high YouTube channels don't say things like that directly. I feel like Jacob Israel his channel is more well known than Derek Bros, but that's like to the regular YouTube audience that isn't part of the inside. But I feel like Derek's channel from the inside is Derek himself is more well known by all of the planet. But Jacob Israel is more well known by the regular people on YouTube. Got a respected, high watched channel. But I wonder if I did a live stream, Jacob, would you hop on my show at a certain time just to say hello? Because I went on Derek's show, but that was just meant to be that way, the way it was, just for those 3 weeks in a row. And then after that, Derek might have done like 3 shows. So these things were designed to take place that way. But I'm not a good interviewer. I don't know. It's just shooting the shit, basically, saying hello and whatever. Because even if I had my own show, I wouldn't be able to sit there and read the scripts and act like I'm not reading the script. I would just read information, letting you know I'm reading it.